of extending or expanding our military presence in Afghanistan, hoping to create ideal conditions for the withdrawal and expecting a different result. I'm now the fourth United States president to preside over American troop presence in Afghanistan. 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. I will not pass this responsibility on to a fifth. It's time to end America's longest war. It's time for American troops to come home. We went to Afghanistan because of a horrific attack that happened 20 years ago. That cannot explain why we should remain there in 2021. Rather than return to war with the Taliban, we have to focus on the challenges that are in front of us. I'm the first president in 40 years who knows what it means to have a child serving in a war zone. And throughout this process, my North Star has been remembering what it was like when my late son Bo was deployed to Iraq. How proud he was to serve his country, how insistent he was to deploy with his unit, and the impact it had on him and all of us at home. We already have service members doing their duty in Afghanistan today whose parents served in the same war. We have service members who are not yet born when our nation was attacked in 9/11. War in Afghanistan was never meant to be a multi-generational undertaking. We were attacked. We went to war with clear goals. We achieved those objectives. Bin Laden is dead, and Al-Qaeda is degraded in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it's time to end the forever war. Thank you all for listening. May God protect our troops. May God bless all those families who lost someone in this endeavor.
President Biden speaking today from the same room, same place in the same room where President George W. Bush announced the start of the Afghan war nearly 20 years ago. The president's remarks today were followed by a supportive statement from the Secretary General of NATO, who said all NATO troops will leave Afghanistan on the same time frame as the United States. That means that all U.S. troops and NATO troops will be out by September 11th of this year. The president's remarks were also followed today by the president himself going to Arlington National Cemetery to pay his respects to the 2,488 Americans killed in the war thus far. He was asked by a reporter at Arlington if the decision that he announced today was a hard call. Here's what he said.
Hard to believe, isn't it? I'm always amazed at generation after generation, the women and men who are prepared to give their lives for their country. Look at them all. I'm sorry. Was it a hard decision to make, sir? No, it wasn't. To me, it was absolutely clear. Absolutely clear.
Absolutely clear. He says it was absolutely clear. George W. Bush actually tried to end the U.S. war in Afghanistan after he had started it. He was not able to do so. The Obama administration, President Obama deliberated long and hard about what to do in Afghanistan. As his vice president, Joe Biden, argued, often without many allies in the administration, that it was time to finally and fully just get U.S. troops out. He did not win the argument back then, and troops did not leave under President Obama. But now today, Joe Biden is president, and he has made that decision. And it's a firm decision, and it's not conditions-based. It is a date certain by which U.S. troops will be gone. He said today, interestingly, that it was not a hard decision. He said it was absolutely clear. A war with the Taliban, he argued today, is not worth more than the 20 years and thousands of American lives we have already put into it. That Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist David Rhodes spent more than 7 months being held hostage by the Taliban. In 2008 and 2009, he escaped, was able to write about his captivity. Today, hearing the president's speech, I thought about the service members and military families that I know who have served in Afghanistan, how they're feeling today. I also thought of David Rhodes. And David Rhodes, Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter, now executive editor at thenewyorker.com, joins us now. His most recent book is In Deep, the FBI, the CIA, and the Truth About America's Deep State. David, it's a real honor to have you with us tonight. Thanks for making time.
Thank you, Rachel. I'm amazed by that introduction. Thank you.
Well, it's always I've always been sort of stunned by what you've been through, and how you've put yourself together again and got up and continued with what has been an astonishing career. David, I just wanted to ask you just at a personal level, given what you've been through, given these incredibly unique set of circumstances that you've been through in that ordeal, how do you feel about the president ending the war today?
I feel relief, and what really struck me and impressed me about what you took away from my story is the impossibility of winning this war because of the role of Pakistan. And as long as Pakistan continues to give the Taliban a safe haven, the place, I was held for 7 months, it's an impossible war to win. I fear for my Afghan friends. We can talk more about that. They're friends right now. I'm desperately trying to get out of Kabul, but I think 20 years is enough. If Pakistan is going to continue to do this, it's time to leave.